So friends, in the last lecture, we just started with what the custom law is. And I gave you little introduction about the Customs Act. There, we said what is the object of the Customs Act, what is the purpose of the object Customs Act. There are multiple things are there. Out of that, the first thing is, I said it is levy and collection of duty. Levy and collection of duty. On what? This levy and collection of duty, this is on import of goods into India and export of goods from India. Levy and collection of duty on what? This is
On goods.
import. Number two, export. What is common? Goods. Difference, import is into India, export is from India. And again, what is common? The word India is common. So what is common is, number one, the word India. Number two, the word goods. Number three comes import. Number four is export. So when you understand that these four terms in detail, only then this first line becomes clear what is the purpose of the act. Right. So unless we really understand what is the meaning of the word India, what is the real meaning of the word goods, what is import, what is export, till then the meaning of the act is not clear. So right now I'm taking you ahead with these concepts of the word India. Then we'll talk about goods. Then we'll talk about import and export. Now, for the purpose of understanding the definition, I'll take you to the Customs Act. In the Customs Act, Section 2. This material is already with you. And here comes the word India. Section 2, subsection 27. Section 2, subsection 27. The word India. What the definition says? India includes territorial waters of India. What it is saying? India includes. So before we go into the details of this definition, first you understand that there are two types of definitions. So definitions are generally of two types. Inclusive definitions and exhaustive definitions. Two types of definitions are there, inclusive and exhaustive. Wherever the word comes includes, that is inclusive definition. right? Now, in this definition itself, you see, what do you find in the word? India includes, right? Other definitions, see this word, imported goods. See the word. What is the meaning of the word? Usually, the definition will have the word means. This is exhaustive definition. It is not compulsory that the word means should be there. There may be some other word as well, right? Like, see, you see the mean word is here, the means word is here also, the means word is here also, means word is here also. In this word, what is written is includes. Okay, so there are two types of definitions, inclusive and exhaustive. Okay, that is only for reference. कहीं भी margins में note कर लीजिएगा. Definitions are of two types. One is inclusive another is exhaustive. This definition will normally have the word includes. And this will have the word means. These are not standard words. 99% cases you will find this way, but 1% possibility these words are missing. Okay. So when the definition is inclusive, what does it mean? That whatever is being said therein, that is not the end of the term. Something more is covered therein. And exhaustive means whatever is given. So exhaustive, you can understand it differently, that this excludes everything other than what is already covered there. Exhaustive means what? This is excluding everything other than what is specifically mentioned in the definition. Okay, so I'll write it here. Excludes everything other than coverage in a definition. Exhaustive means excluded. Excluded what? Anything other than not covered in the definition has been excluded therefrom. That is called exhaustive. Inclusive is opposite. Whatever is shown in the definition, that is just an example. Something more is covered there, or anything similar or identical is covered there. Inclusive means anything similar is also deemed to be covered. This is only for your reference, not a part of your syllabus. Right? So when you read the definition next time, any definition, this goes this way in law. Definition may be inclusive, definition may be exhaustive. Okay, is this meaning clear? Now, in the definition of the word India, which is this includes territorial waters. India includes territorial waters. Now, what is territorial waters? This is
200 nautical miles.
no, please. Under section 3
12 nautical miles.
of the territorial waters continental shelf exclusive economic zones, other maritime zones act 1976. The limit of territorial waters is the line every point of which is at the distance of 12 nautical miles from the nearest point of appropriate baseline. Right. So how much this is? This is 12 nautical miles. Starting from nearest baseline. Now the question is whether seabed and the sky is also covered in this or not, or it is only waters.
Covered, sir.
Where it is covered? Word includes will take care of this. Now read this one. Mila? Now, if you read only this will confuse you that it is only water. What about seabed? What about the sky? And everywhere in the customs check, we are talking about territorial water. So if an aircraft is entering into India that is not coming through the water, then what, how to calculate that? This automatically covers seabed as well as airspace up to the same limit. Is this clear? Now, nautical miles means how much? This is for the information. It has nothing to do with your exam. 1.8 kilometers is equal to 1 nautical mile. Only for information. 1.8 kilometers equal to 1 nautical mile. Right. So when we say India includes the territorial waters, now you can add therein plus seabed plus airspace got it clear? Now this definition is relevant for what? What is the relevance of this definition?
This definition is only for Customs Act, right?
Exactly. This definition is only for the purpose of defining import and export, nothing else. This definition does not apply in.
To watch full video, join online batch weekdays 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Call TAIL Institute.